Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Build a Kingdom. I'll just call it that. No season 2 because 3 episodes, that's not really a season. But yes, this new Let's Build a Kingdom, which is old now because there's already an episode of it. Yes, never mind. Today we're going to be looking at the Cathedral. We'll not finish the cathedral because it's a really big project, much bigger than we at first anticipated. So we'll split it over 2 episodes. And as you see here as we begin, we started. The first thing we did was we expanded the area that we would build on, the purple wool, because it was nowhere near big enough. So we started with that by expanding. And the first thing, it was a really confusing thing, because we had like an idea of what we would build, looking at a picture, like we would go for that style, but we ended up doing something completely else. Based on that, but with my idea and Sugar's idea too. We agreed that we would do it our way, instead of this. So you can look at the tower that I'm building at the far left, and Sugar's building the right one. To the left that's me, to the right that's Sugar. I was a bit skeptic with the height of the towers, because I wanted this church to be big and gloomy and like something that you would look from the entire city and see, wow. So we would later replace the tower that I built with the tower that Sugar built, and then make Sugar's tower higher, taller and stuff. And we would go for a mix with stone brick and sandstone, because we thought that would look pretty good on a church. Something like a contrast. And that actually ended up looking pretty good. Just adding some detail and stuff. Once again, the towers themselves, they look pretty good. Again, it was just the fact that I wanted it to be taller. I want it to be bigger overall, and we would only accomplish that by replacing the outer tower. As we sweep around here, and we're just adding some detail at first. I'm making some rough foundations for a fountain there, because we wanted a fountain. It was really weird because it was like, it wasn't symmetrical in any way, so it was really hard to make one. But I made like a template thing that Sugar would later come and replace with something he built. This is just a placeholder for now. And there you go. We copied the other tower, and then made these taller, the middle ones, and that actually looks, already now you see how much that did for the build. It made it look so much bigger. I would start building some archways and the walls from the outer tower to the inner towers, and Sugar would start building the main gate a bit behind the fountain. We toyed around, the both of us toyed around with ideas and stuff like that. But in the end, it ended up looking pretty sick, in my opinion at least. Added 2 archways. And Sugar had a bit of a struggle with, like, because it was like a triangle door. It was shaped like a triangle, but it had like a sphere in the inside or something. It was really tough. It was a tough job. And I had to toy around with. It was supposed to be like a curve, but I ended up making them just lines, making my entrance there again, same like triangle bubble effect. But looking pretty good. Adding doors in, of course, too. That's probably the most important thing. if there's no doors, it would be a useless church. It would just be an empty shell. No one would ever be able to get into. Adding a wall behind that, toying around with some sandstone details, took a bit of effort. But in the end, it ended up looking pretty good, in my opinion at least. But it took like, I don't know, 5 attempts or something. And then we just while Sugar is finishing up his middle part, I'll just do the same thing on the other side. If you look at the towers, the inner towers, the main building itself would go higher than that. So that's why at first we thought that the building wouldn't be that tall. But I really like the look of this build. It ended up looking pretty awesome. Now we have an idea. That's pretty much how tall it's gonna go. That's pretty good. Oh, there I am. Hello. Well met for it. Okay. As you can see, I was pretty much doing all the work at this point. No, she was really toying around. I moved the wall on the right there because Sugar accidentally looked from the inside and said, "Oh, what happened to all the details?" And I went like, "What?" I liked it better when, so I had to move it around a bit. So, but we ended up agreeing that he was faced the wrong end. He was looking at the wrong side. So, doing a bit up there was a detail. We had like a little cross thing at top. I like it. It looks pretty sick. Pretty darn awesome. I would start building some roof here. I'll start on the roof. Just make it a huge stone brick roof for now. But we would later come back and do some detailing. But that's in the next episode. We couldn't really. This episode is just the front and some like the rough roof and some flooring on the outside. As you see, Sugar going around, starting on the fountain down there. Me just adding stairs to the roof. The fountain it's nothing huge. It's a nice little detail. I don't know. It doesn't look much epic. But as Sugar said, we don't want it to be so majestic that you forget about the church. You might oversee the church if the fountain is too epic. I'm just chopping away at the roof. There's not much to say there. Sugar adding some flooring, making a nice pattern in a minute. But really, we're gonna build the castle, like the main castle, at some point too, with a really epic fountain too. So we're pretty much done with the roof, for now at least. We'll come back and add detail in the next episode, and just making the pattern on the floor there. Just a little detail as you come into the city. And look at this epic cathedral. There we are. And that's pretty much the episode so far. As we see, we got an epic church. So that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.